Hey, Fight Fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA. Carlo Prusa. Today, I'm with the returning guest. He's fresh off of his big Urijah Faber A1 125-pound title defense over Isiah Torres. Ladies and gentlemen, he's top 8-1 prospect now. There's no right turns, ladies and gentlemen, when you have this man. Wrong turns only. He is Mr. Terrance Saeturn. Terrance, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, Carlo. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. One heck of a performance, man, for you. You run a very stacked card with a bunch of different title fights on there. Co-main event, one that I was really looking forward for. I think two very tough guys, yourself and Isiah Torres, was a very formidable opponent with a winning record. You went out there, man. You put on a clinic, man. I mean, you really showed how well-rounded you are. You really showed how good the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, and the grappling is. It looked like a couple times you could have finished them in that fight. Obviously you're a guy, you like decisions. You don't like putting it you like finishes rather. You don't like putting the judge's hands. You went out there and you completely dominated. A couple days removed from the contest. What are your thoughts looking back?
Yeah, initially right after I fought, I felt like I could have done a little bit better. And then after watching it, I still feel kind of the same, but I don't think I was doing as bad as I thought that I was. Um, got hit with a couple of silly things that I probably shouldn't have gotten hit with. But hey, I mean, that's why we practice, and I'm definitely going to be looking to fix some of the things that I messed up on going out there. But all in all, I'm happy with the win. I can never be ungrateful. I don't ever want to sound ungrateful for winning. So I'm happy that I won, and I'm happy that I'm a step closer to getting to where I want to go.
In the contest, did you have any points where you thought you could have ended it?
Couple of times, yeah. There was one time in the second round, and then definitely in the third round, like within the last like 30 seconds or minute or so. Like I dropped him in the second round and was pouring it on him for a cool minute, and I thought that Frank was gonna step in, which he didn't. And then the third round, I ended it with a big slam, and then popped up, and then started throwing some more strikes down, and but I mean. Hey, he didn't stop it, so I just kept fighting. I'm not gonna be bitching at the ref for not doing his job or doing his job. I can only control the things that are with me, and if nobody's telling me to stop, then I have to keep going, and I don't have a problem doing that.
Uriah Faber's promotion really becoming one of those big promotions on the regional scene. We're seeing guys now getting sent to the UFC. A lot of really good talent coming out of that promotion. For you to be able to defend your title now, was that a pretty cool feeling, man? Coming in there as the champion and adding a title defense to your resume.
Yeah, it does feel pretty cool. I mean, I fought for plenty of titles before as an amateur, and it was just kind of another fight. But I mean, I mean, obviously feels good to win. Feels good to do it in front of my home crowd and defend my title, and let these motherfuckers know, man, that's my house, and I run that shit there. So.
Do you feed off of the crowd? Obviously that crowd going absolutely nuts. You got to fight a lot of times in California, get to be in your home state. Do you feel that when you're in there?
Not exactly, like I hear the oohs and the ahs, but the real voice that I'm looking for to listen to is Sonny's, my coach's voice, and everybody else that's in my corner. Everything else is kind of just background noise. Like if I do something significant and I hurt the guy, I rock the guy, I drop him, I slam him, whatever. I definitely hear the crowd, the energy getting picked up. But it doesn't necessarily like control how I'm feeling.
You train over at Team Nobody MMA, your head coach, Sonny Ramos, a guy that I've gotten to get to know a little bit by texting. Awesome dude. Really, really cool head coach. One thing I really like about your gym, and I think something that Coach Sonny instills on everyone, the true morals of being a mixed martial artist. I really feel like he's doing this for the right way. And, he doesn't want to make and build fighters. He wants to build martial artists. He wants to hold you guys accountable and ensure that you guys are acting as true martial artists should. What's it like working in that environment?
I think it's really cool, man. It's everything that Coach Sonny's done and continues to do, and the things that he preaches to us is very organic. And just like you said, man, he just wants to make sure that we are not just fighters. He wants us to understand. We were just talking about it today, actually. Like, like the person that you are with your family and your friends and your teammates and everything, and then the person that you are as a student, a competitor, and the person you are as an entertainer. These are all different people, man, and you have to know when to separate between these different kind of alter egos that you have, right? And he's really took all of us under his wing, and I would fucking walk through fire if he told me, because I believe him, and he's done nothing but look out for us, and he's never steered us the wrong way, and he's always trying to make sure that he can help us and we can help each other grow as martial artists and as people.
One thing I really think it's cool, the whole team nobody philosophy. You guys got called that because constantly people are doubting you guys. You guys go out there, pick up big wins, showing that you guys are legit. You're a type of dude. Obviously, you're a top prospect right now. Do you still go in there with that underdog mentality?
Absolutely, man. I take a lot of pride of being a nobody, man. A lot of pride of being a nobody. I take a lot of pride of training out of T4L, and it's personal, like big name gyms, big record guys. Um, whether they promote me, they don't promote me. I take it personal, like these fucking guys are coming in here and they think that I'm gonna be an easy fight. I'm gonna be an easy win. Um, yeah, I don't like that. I'm here to let them know that they made the fucking wrong turn, and I'm not the fucking one. We're not the fucking one, right? Everybody, all the big name gyms have been very successful, and hats off to them and everything. But it's our turn to eat, man. It's nobody MMA's turn to eat, and I'm fucking hungry.
In this day and age, personality entertainment is so prevalent. I mean, you're looking at how big the UFC and MMA in general has gone. Social media has played such a big factor in this. So many eyeballs are on this sport now. You guys really embody what it is to be true martial artists. Do you feel like that's kind of lost and maybe not as prevalent now? The whole martial artist thing. I mean, a lot of people, they call themselves a fighter. They don't even refer to themselves as martial artists now. And, maybe the times have changed. But do you think entertainment, personality, social media, is that part of the reason for this?
I think so, yeah, but I think it also kind of like pertains to the person. Some people are really good at that, man. Some people are really good at putting on a character, and acting crazy and all these things. But you still get a handful of guys, that are true martial artists, and they keep it very professional and mature, to put it in simpler terms, But yeah, I think so. I think definitely with social media and then how people are being promoted nowadays. It's has a little bit to do with it, but I believe I've told people many a times before, like I'm not able to be anybody else except for myself. And if they don't like the way that I am, like as a person, then I'm pretty confident that they'll like the way that I am as a fighter. And all they got to do is just watch me fight.
Absolutely. It's such a grind. I mean, being the life of a professional fighter, especially at the regional scene. I mean, a lot of guys have those 9 to 5 jobs. You're not making millions of dollars fighting on the regional scene. You're missing birthdays and weddings and Thanksgiving and don't get to see your family enough, staying up late, getting up early, do this day in and day out. Every single day you're sacrificing, every day you're pushing. Right now, knowing that you're probably so close of taking that next step, are you as hungry as you've ever been right now?
Absolutely, man. Actually went and trained this morning before I taught my class. Me and Coach Sonny got a couple of rounds in. Just trying to stay sharp, Obviously not going like super, super hard. I'm trying to heal up a little bit, but I definitely want to stay sharp and I definitely want to stay in motion. So that way, if I do get a call, I can just hit the ground running again.
A lot of guys in the similar position as you right now, they're trying to stay ready. You never know when you might get that phone call, whether it be the contender series, whether it be a short notice fight, where a flyweight goes down and they call you to go. In this day and age, with you basically having to have to train year round to be relevant, to even be able to fight the top competition in the world. Is there any such thing as a short notice fight anymore?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not ideal, but yes, I have had some short notice opportunities come my way, and s- the past the last time at least, I just responded too late. You know, I was training or I'm going to go teach my class, and then pulled up and then got a message and then didn't look at it until a little bit after my class was over, and when I finally was able to answer, um, I went on Instagram and I seen that the fight was already, they had already found a replacement. So, but um, man, I don't take any time off. Like I'm still training. I still train year round. And I'm always ready. It's just the date, the time and place is really all that matters for me.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're a big fight fan. You follow the sport as well as competing and training in it. There's a kid, Malcolm Wellmaker, from
Hmm.
your gym, Iridium. A guy, this dude was a welder, this pipe fitter, working all these crazy hours and stuff. He was able to sacrifice, got on the contender, did big things on the contender. A couple weeks ago, made his UFC debut, crazy knockout, first 2 minutes. 2 days later, he's quitting his job. Now he's on a platform where he can go out and try to make the most of this, really take the career to the next level. When you see stuff like that, does that kind of amp you up and inspire you? Because you're close. You're almost at that point.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm in a way, he's a step ahead of me, but in a way, I'm kind of a step ahead of him. I already quit my job, so um, but yeah, man, he's on the show, and he's gonna do great things, man. It's very inspiring, and I admire stories like that, man. And it's kind of like how you were saying earlier about people turning into these characters, or just kind of staying true to themselves, and Malcolm seems to be staying true to himself, and I really like that about him, and I hope he has a very successful career, man. It's great to see and hear stories like him, man.
Do you think that was your last fight on the regional scene?
Fuck, I hope so. I hope so, man. Yeah, I hope so. I'm about to be 30 at the end of the month, and I know I'm getting old, but it's just for a fighter, like especially a 25er. A lot of these guys, 23, 24, 21, coming up in there, and if there's a time to take my shot, I think it's now.
Absolutely, and I think that's something that comes up. I think age gets brought into it. If you watch the Contender Series last year, Dana White said it multiple times. I'm not out here looking for 30-year-old contenders. Those guys
Hmm.
in their 30s, oftentimes they had to go for it. They had to try to get finishes. They had to look very dominant. They had to look very impressive to get his attention. But another side of it that I'm thinking is, almost 30 years old now, 8-1 as a pro. A bunch of amateur contests. You're seasoned, you're battle tested, you're ready mentally, you've been through a lot of life. You feel that gives you an edge now as we make this transition, hopefully in the near future?
Absolutely, man. There's a reason why I stayed an amateur for a while, and I've, for the most part, been pretty active, except for this last fight. I took a pretty long layoff. I had some things, come my way, opportunities come my way. The opportunities fell through out of my control, but all I could control was just to stay ready. And so when I got the call, I could just fucking hit the ground running. But yeah, man, like you said, I'm really seasoned, battle tested, um, still war ready, and I'm ready to go, man.
For you, do you feel that fighting is more mental than is physical?
Always, always, man. The easiest part is fighting. Hardest part is staying on the grind, and like just it's a constant war up here, man. It's a constant war against laziness, procrastination, excuses, and just finding and holding on to the reason why do you fight, why do you train, why are you putting yourself through this when you could be doing anything else. So absolutely, it's way more mental than it is. And I feel like as I've gotten older throughout the years, I wrestled from when I was a kid all the way through high school. As I've gotten older, done a lot better of a job navigating and addressing these feelings and like addressing like, okay, I'm starting to feel kind of overwhelmed, or I'm starting to feel like very irritable. Like it's time to take a step back, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that it is okay. You know, this is a part of the process, and you got to remember to enjoy the process and enjoy yourself, and remember to have fun because that's why you do it. Big reason why you do it.
A lot of fight fans, I think they mildly understand what a fighter goes through in the aspect of they train, they have fights, they can win titles, they try to go to the UFC, try to get up in the rankings, make more money, all that stuff. But I think that what's lost is the fight that occurs outside of competition. It's the fight to not have to clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning, clock out at 5 o'clock at night. It's the fight to live life on your own terms, not given to societal norms, and do what you want with your life, whether it be financial freedom, whether it be just living a life on your own terms. For you, is that a big part of this journey?
Yes, yes, yes. I absolutely the financial freedom part for sure, man. I'm doing my best, and I'm fighting my heart out every single time to get to eventual financial freedom, and kind of like what you said, living life on my own terms, you know, not having to wake up at 9 and clocking in and everything, you know. I mean, I still get up early. I still fucking work, you know, and but yes, yes.
One thing I think is really cool when you look at the regional scene, I think it's the only sporting event where guys, the competitors, are also out there selling tickets. I've seen guys the day of the fight week, they're getting ready to fight a guy, and they're like, all right, yeah, you can pick tickets up for you. I got 5 tickets here. I got 10 tickets for you. What's it like selling tickets and also fighting?
I actually haven't had hard tickets, like actual tickets to sell since I was an amateur actually.
Okay.
Everything is digital nowadays, so it's a little easier. It kind of takes the load off of yourself as a fighter, so that's nice. But I do remember when I was an amateur still, and I would get like I would fight like very very locally, like in Napa, and I would get like 200 tickets, man, and people would be hitting me up the week of, the day before, like, yo, did you save me a ticket? Save me a ticket. I'm like, bro, it's first come, first serve. If I have some, yes, you can come pick it up, or I'll meet you somewhere. And that was a big hassle too, and like people don't give a fuck about you, man. Like they don't give a fuck about, oh, you're cutting weight right now, you're hungry, you feel like shit, you have to go train, you have this to take care of. They don't give a fuck, man. They're like, yo, did you get me my ticket or not, or did you save me a ticket? Like, yes, yeah. I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore, you know. And again, I don't want to sound ungrateful, you know, because if they weren't the to purchase the ticket to watch me fight, then I wouldn't be getting a piece of it, you know. And for that, I am grateful. I just wish that people were a little less tended to be a little less like procrastinating on it, you know, and waiting for the last second, the last day. And it's like, bro, like I posted this like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. And that's two paychecks. If you get paid on the first of the month, that's two paychecks that you could have fucking set some money aside for. And you obviously didn't give a fuck enough to put it to the side. But it's all right, man. I mean, people have their lives, people have things that they have to take care of, and I'm just I'm just saying how it is on my part, you know. Like I still love everybody, I still love the support and everything. But come on, guys. Get
You
it
know,
together.
Throughout your pro career, you fought some very tough guys, a lot of guys with winning records. I think that's something that really sets you apart because you look at your record and your topology. It's like, well, okay, this guy has fought some really good competition. You've experienced a loss, first one to Lake G as a pro. For you, do you find benefit in that, man? The fact that you've already experienced that, do you feel that you're fighting a little more free with not having to worry about that zero on your record?
Kind of, man. Again, that kind of pertains to the individual. For me, it didn't. I didn't never really care about having a O. You know, like I was successful. You know, I did my job. I went out there and I won. With the Lake G fight, you know, that fight taught me a lot, and it wasn't my first loss. You know, I've lost plenty of times in the gym. If you know, people like to fucking count their gym wins. But I've lost plenty of times at practice, plenty of times when I was growing up wrestling, plenty of times in life. You know what I mean? Like it's not anything new, and it's with fighting, it kind of forces you to take two avenues, right? Are you gonna grow from this? You gonna learn from this shit, or are you gonna fucking make a bunch of excuses and start blaming everybody except for yourself, and not take any accountability? So it kind of forces you to take one of these two avenues, and I believe that fight really showed me like how I want to carry myself, and how I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? What can I do now? How can I fix this? And yeah, it definitely helped me out for sure. I hope Lake's doing good. He's about to fight my teammate Bobby in a couple of weeks or next week. So best of luck, best of skill to the both of them, and it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, you just stole my thunder on that one. So your coach is Sonny Ramos, his nephew, Bobby Ceronio, guy that does great things at Bellator. Now he's fighting over Scott Coker's promotion over in San Jose, taking on Lake G. Have you been training with Bobby a little bit, helping him get ready for that one?
Hell yeah, man. I've been going there. Well, not obviously not this weekend, but for I want to say like the last half of camp, I was going there every Sunday, getting some working with him, getting working with AB, getting working with Jaime, with Alex. Alex fights out, I think, Team Salguera. He fought Houston a few years back. Um, he's fighting on that card, and it's been a pretty good experience, like because Coach Bobby and Bobby are cool as fuck. They're family, and they're like our affiliate sister school. So we train with each other even outside of fight camp and all these things. But Coach Bobby really did a good job, like kind of creating like a little boiling pot of like guys from kind of all around the local area, just helping each other get better, man. And it's been fun. It's been tough, but it's been fun. Great guys.
When you look at the United States, kind of from an MMA perspective, you see different hotbeds of MMA. Obviously, Florida's got a big scene. You got Houston over that Texas area; they got a big scene. I think California might be the biggest scene. I mean, there's literally on a given weekend there could be 5, 6 regional shows, if not more. It's absolutely insane how much talent comes out of California. How many top gyms, top prospects, top whatever. That's one of the places. What's it like to be able to live in a state with just MMA so intertwined in the culture?
It's super cool, man. Everybody knows each other, like, especially, because martial arts is a very small community. But then when you're in a state like California and everybody loves martial arts, everybody kind of knows everybody. And it's always love, man. Like every single time I see someone from a different gym, man, it's always, hello, how you doing, man? Hey, congratulations. Or, let's link up, let's train, let's set a time and get together and train sometime soon. um, I hope your fam's doing good. How's coach doing? Stuff like that. And it's really cool, man. And it makes you feel like you really belong to something bigger than yourself. And I really love that.
Absolutely. Before I let you go here, there's some big UFC fights coming up. I want to get your predictions, see who's going to pull out on top here. There's a huge one this weekend. Jack Della Maddalena challenging for Bilal Muhammad's 170 title. Who do you got winning that one?
I am. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't really like watching Bilal fight. You know. But man, that motherfucker be winning though, bro. He be winning, man. I want to see. I want to see Jack win though. I would like to see. All right, I'll take that back. Scratch that. I don't give a fuck who wins. I just want to see somebody get finished. Let's just. I'll put it there for sure. Who's co-main on that one? I gotta check it out. I gotta look on
That
that.
is Valentina Shevchenko versus Manyan Firo for that title over there as well. It's a very stacked card.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if I've seen the challenger fight before, but Valentina's really good, man. She's really hard to beat at the weight class. Um, Valentina.
The big one coming up, big rematch. Sugarshan O'Malley rematching against Merab Deveshvili. Who wins the rematch?
I think Marab's got his number, man. Like it's Marab is gonna be able to go out there, push the pace on Sean. Sean's gonna probably try to be making Marab chase him, and I'm Sean's a smart guy. I know he's been working on his wrestling, but I think that Marab is just gonna find a way to get to the legs. He's shoot or shoot, man, and that fool will shoot 100 times. Don't matter if he misses every single one. He's gonna take his shot. So yeah, I think it's gonna be the pace, the pressure, and then the wrestling from Marab. Cause the first time they fought, man, I was like, dude, Marab is gonna come straight in, and O'Malley's gonna hit him with that pull cross like he hits every single person with, or he's gonna do like a hot back jump knee, something. He's gonna catch him crashing in with something. But god damn it, man, Marab just fucking finds a way to do it, dude. So I got Marab on that one.
Last prediction, a big one that got announced last week. Big fan favorite matchup here. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. Tons of fireworks for this one. I don't even know what I'm thinking on this one.
Man, I'm not gonna pick nobody for that, dude. I don't want to see any of them lose, man. I don't want to see Dustin lose his last fight, and I don't want to see Max lose. I love watching the both of them fight. They're my top five favorite lightweights, and I'm just excited to watch the fight. I know it's gonna be a banger. I can't pick a winner there, man. I cannot pick a winner there.
When you see these big names, these big marquee matchups, does that pump you up, man? Do you feed off of, not really feed off these guys, but do you get any sorts of motivation off of some of these big UFC guys?
For sure, man. Shit, even watching them fight, man, I'll get nervous too. Like, and I ain't even the one fighting. I don't even know them on a personal level. It's just like, oh shit, it's fucking happening, guys. It's fucking happening. But yeah, it definitely lots of fire into my butt, and and adds to the motivation. Of all right, let's get to work. We're almost there. We can be there. That can be you soon. So yeah, definitely.
One thing I think is really cool about this 115, 125 division, the flyweight division this day and age, I think it's kind of revitalized. I think Demetrius Johnson for so long was running through everyone. A lot of people kind of got sick of it, I think. People are kind of writing it off. Now you have all these killers, man. Figueiredo did such a big thing there. Guy Kara France is doing big things there. You obviously, you got Brandon Moreno doing good things there. Pantoja's killing it there. Do you really get exciting knowing that this division has really become one of the fan favorite divisions in the sport again?
Hell yeah, I'm glad that people are starting to finally give us some respect. Um, and guys are just getting better, man. Like the sport is evolving. People are learning how to mix the things together even better than they have before. And you got guys that are carrying a lot of power. You got guys that are excellent grapplers. You got guys that can put it all together. You got guys that with tons of heart that just figure out ways to win. And it's and the fighters are exciting too, man. I personally felt like they've always been exciting. It was just but it's more so on the technical level that people are like, okay, this is kind of boring. But I mean, shit, man. Like this is just me speaking. Boxing could be boring too, man. Like it's yes, they're standing up and they're throwing punches at each other, but it can be kind of boring too. And that's just me, man. It's no disrespect to boxing at all. I respect boxers. I respect anybody that has the balls to go up in there and knuckle up with someone. But yeah, man. I think also it's because the common not common, but most fans nowadays are a little bit more educated in the sport. So it's kind of like been a mixture of a lot of things. Guys have been getting a lot better. Guys are a lot more excited nowadays, and then the common fan, are getting a little bit better educated with these things, and that's great all around.
In addition to yourself, there's also a lot of great 115 or flyweight talent on the regional scene. You're a big name out there. You have Fumi Nakuda. He's a big name out there. You have Cody Davis. You have Bilal Hassan. Are you paying attention to the other top 115 prospects?
Um, Not exactly. No, I mean, I've definitely looked at the rankings for Tapology for the 25ers and all these things. But I've just been really focusing on myself, like um if I see that there are 25ers on a card, like a regional card, then I'll definitely be watching them. Um and then like anybody that like Fight Pass Fight Pass posts like so and so just had a big highlight win or a big highlight performance, I'll definitely take a look at them. But as far as like searching and like keeping tabs on them. I'm not their boyfriend, so like I don't necessarily, I am just trying to get better. I'm trying to make myself better than I was yesterday, better than I was my last fight, and that's the only thing that I can control. And if our paths cross, then our paths cross, and let's fucking make some money.
Absolutely. All right, Terrance, last question for you, my friend. So here we are. We're in May. Got a great contest in, good win under your belt. There's 8 more months left of 2025. In a perfect world, how's this year playing out for you, man?
I get the call for Contender Series, and I go out there and get another highlight reel, and collect me a highlight, collect me a contract, and then making my debut before the year ends for the UFC.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Terrance, man, once again, congratulations on your great win. Always a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope your phone's ringing sometime soon, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's it for us tonight. I'm Carl Prusa. He is Mr. Wrong Turns. He is Mr. Terrance Saeturn. Take it easy, bye, fans.